For 15 years, I was. Everyone was running out, and I'd be the one that would be running in like a hero. No, I wouldn't be. Stop taking photos of me, because I'm not photogenic. Look, I'm too fat. I've put on too much weight. I'm very conscientious about my weight now, you see. I've had to let my belt out. I've had to let me think my little tag on the back of my waistcoat and all sorts. I have put on too much weight. Are we good? 15 seconds. Crikey, you give an egg more than that, don't you? 15 seconds, all I've got. 7 ends, 2 sets, 3 end match tie break. That's how it works. You know the score, you know the rules. Mobile phones, make sure they're switched off, all that kind of malarkey, you know. Umpire, Dan, give Dan a nice round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. There we are. And Mr. Alan Thornhill's our marker. Give him a nice round of applause as well, our 2 officials. But now, ladies and gentlemen, on to the players. And first to a 10-year partnership who are great friends both on and off the rink, hoping to go through to the quarterfinals for the first time in their career. Ladies and gentlemen, from Cumbria, give it up for Stuart Irwin and Kevin Harrison. Let's hope the lucky shorts paid dividend there, right. And next to 2 formidable players in their own right. Ladies and gentlemen, the 3 times World Indoor Pairs semi-finalist Mark Royal and 3 times World Indoor Pairs champion, it's Andy Thompson, MBE. And your commentators for this match is Trenton and Janice Gower. Over to you, Janice.
Thank you so much, Richard. And here we are this morning, folks, for the Just World Indoor Bowls Championship 2018. Kindly sponsored and hosted by Potter's Resort and Just Rethink Retirement. And here we are in one of the first rounds of the main pairs, and I'm delighted to be joined in commentary by the Australian qualifier, Trenton Healy. Welcome to English commentary box here, and well played yesterday. Great games.
Thank you very much. The pleasure is all mine, and I'm very glad to be here, and a good morning to all of Great Britain and to everyone else here in the world who is watching this. So here we go, the first round again of the World Bowls Championship. I'm over the moon, and I cannot emphasise enough how great this venue is and all of the beautiful people involved and all of the competitive bowls. So let's watch a riveting game of bowls. Here we go.
Yeah, I think this will be really, really good because Kevin and Stuart, who are the Carlisle qualifiers, played together for 10 years, only young lads, but they played really well yesterday, and of course they're now facing 2 of the seeds. Not sure what time it is over in Australia. I think somebody said to me yesterday it was about 4:45 in the morning when you were playing your game. So
it probably was. We never sleep anyway.
if there's bowls on the TV, you watch it.
Yeah. Yeah. I tell you what, like, it's lovely watching Mark and Andy. They're world class. But these 2 English competitors dug really deep. They're in a similar scenario to myself in the qualifiers. Had to pull out all the stops to get through. Lovely bowl there, Mark. But they really dug deep and they pushed hard to get through, and here they are again on the big world stage, playing the sport they love. So let's enjoy a wonderful game. It'd be interesting to see some of the shot selections.
Exactly, and that's the joy about the pairs game as well. A lot of people, in particular the spectators, like to listen to the banter of the players to find out what sort of shots they're thinking of playing, and just listen to a bit of the banter going on out there.
Yeah.
We had a bit of Aussie banter yesterday.
Yeah, there was times there. I was even trying to get the marker involved. You know, you might as well get as many people involved on your side as you can.
Exactly. Mark's looking good here again.
He's class act. Love Mark. Yeah. He actually looks to have slimmed down, Mark, from how I remember him. I don't, you've probably known him a lot longer than myself, but
yeah, he was actually poorly a couple of years back, and he dropped an awful lot of weight then. But he said afterwards he's fully recovered now, and he was quite happy that as part of that he lost the weight, so to speak. So he's feeling fitter and more active than he ever has been. So he is a slimmed down version of Mark Royal.
Yeah. But you know, I some people argue, but I think it benefits you no matter, you know, we're turning in a professional sport, you know, at a degree, and I think a healthy body, healthy mind, and, you know, it can only benefit your game to some degree.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think it's been many years looked on as being an old man's sport, but there's a lot of youngsters involved now, but I think the fitness level, certainly like yourselves, you had to play three competitive games yesterday, and you can't afford to just let that concentration lapse in the last game when it's so important. So the fitness level is very, very key.
Crucial, yeah. And the crowd's slowly building. I think it's the meals are absolutely amazing here at Potters. But the crowd, that, you know, they're probably just finishing their breakfast and they will be here in their hundreds. But you are so well looked after here at Potters. I can't emphasise enough how amazing this venue is, and how... look at Andy go. But anyway, it's... Yeah. We'll see a crowd build, for sure.
Well, that's right. They're just finishing the breakfast. A lot of people come in. Certainly, Andy Thompson's one of the most popular players on the circuit, and they'll come in to watch Andy. And as you mentioned, it's a great venue for the fact that you can mingle with the public, and I think the public enjoy that. They get to speak to the players, so...
Rub shoulders, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly. And they get to ask questions as well, Trenton, and we get a lot of questions asked. And on that point, if you are on the World Bowls Tour Facebook live feed, if you do have any questions you'd like Trenton to answer us, certainly about overseas qualification and that sort of thing, and if there's anything we can help you with, we have that facility today. So just bob your questions to us. We're also, of course, on World Bowls Tour YouTube, and it's all live for you, full HD and full commentary.
Yeah, I tell you what, the English pair, the qualifiers, are in a bit of trouble here. I was in a similar scenario yesterday, and you just cannot give anyone, whether we played the Irish qualifiers, and we're in a similar scenario, you cannot give good players an inch. You cannot give them an opportunity like this. You really need to play the big bowl, you know, to stop this sort of thing happening.
I don't think he's here either with this bowl. He's short.
Yeah, jeez. He wouldn't be happy with that one.
No, it's like you say, Trenton, at this stage, you know, as soon as you can pick up a 5 or a 6 in a 7-end set, it almost takes the whole set away from you. The Welsh qualifiers last night suffered their first end against Mark Dawes and Jamie Chesney.
You better not mention that letter that starts. Oh, you better not mention that number that starts with an S.
the problem is your problem seemed to be the 6th end.
Don't mention it.
I think I said in commentary, the boys will go back now and look at this and say, what happens to us on our 6th end of a set?
As long as it's on the 6th end and not the actual number.
No, I'm not going to say that one. But for those of you interested, please go on the World Bowls Tour website and you'll get the results there.
Yeah, just look up there. Don't look at the scorecard. Well, Andy, I tell you what, look, they're here and they're striking their dominance, those two.
Yeah, I think they're holding 5 at the moment there, so it's...
Oh, wonderful start. They've left them nothing to sit.
I just wonder if Stuart might be tempted to reach into this to the green bowl to try and remove something. He has got a very good running bowl in his armoury.
Yeah, I saw him play a few good drives yesterday. Yeah.
Damage limitation to some extent. But it's a tough draw.
There's not much of a target though. That's the unfortunate thing. He really needs, if anything, to play an absolute ripper or get a little bit of luck.
Well, here we go. Needs to cut this count down.
Deep breath. Here he goes. Come on. He's backed himself, but
Oh, he's missed it.
no.
That's a 5 drop first end.
Hey, there's the two beautiful partners up there. Oh, they'd be sweating it a bit now after that start, but there's always time to come back.
Oh yes, and the two confident players. I mean, Kevin Harrison drew beautifully yesterday, gave his skip all sorts of decent chances, and it's all a matter of just settling in, really, I think, more than anything.
It is. It definitely is. The more time you get out there, the better you feel, and you relax a little, and you focus, and you concentrate, get the rhythm. You know, and at the end of the day, they're playing two seasoned veterans who have got world titles between them both, and so accurate.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about a qualifier coming through to meet one of these players on this portable rink, because it is a different surface to play on to, for example, you played some of your early games out on the Bowlers Bar arena here at Potter's Resort, and then you come into the portable rink and you're facing somebody that's played on the rink before, and it's not the easiest task.
I completely agree. Yeah, and what we were playing on was almost probably 1 second, 2 seconds slower than what we're playing on here, and it is a completely different surface. You have to change your shot selection, you have to change your timing, you have to, you know, and try to adjust quite quickly, because if you don't, you'll be lost scraping, trying to salvage something.
Question that we did get asked yesterday when you were actually playing, Trenton, which I will put to you without asking in advance, so that's a bit naughty, isn't it? But you actually had to change bowls as well between games.
Well, yeah.
And how did you find that? Because you didn't bring your own bowls with you, did you? Use
No.
pool bowls? Yeah.
We had to use, so there's a wonderful bowlers library, and I'm actually sponsored by Taylor Bowls, and they do a wonderful job for me back in Australia, and I played with Taylors throughout the whole event. I love my Taylors, but I used a green set, and I actually never got a chance to play with a green set.
Right.
So I only rolled up with 3 bowls for the green set in the second game against in the round 1. And yeah, I actually didn't get enough time to practice them, but I felt they were a little tighter than the red set I had.
Yeah.
So
it's just finding that as quickly as you can, isn't it?
Well,
really settling into it.
that's I found it about the second or third end. It took me a little while, but once I found it, I'm like, okay, I know what it's doing now, and you know, you've just got to adjust and like you said, get into a little rhythm and go with it.
And of course, you can virtually swap bowls every game.
Yeah.
At this level, if you're the top
If
name
you're good
in the
enough,
draw, you're red. Bottom name, you're green.
I had an old saying in Australia that I was taught when I was very young, and it was, if you're good enough, you can play with a pumpkin.
Wow.
4 sets of butternuts, or Japs, or Kents.
That's, that's
there's a good
point.
shot.
You can adjust. Well played,
That's what the
Kevin.
boys need. They need a little bit of a breather. Just draw a shot, get the shot, put a bit of pressure on them.
Get on the card, really. Gives them a chance. Sporting the shorts of the two English pair. We normally get that from the Australians.
I
to be
know.
fair.
I was. Funny story. I came over with a pair of creams, but I really wanted a pair of shorts when I came over here. Couldn't. I went up to Greg Harlow, and I said, "Greg, where do I get a pair of shorts?" He said, "Oh, you got no chance."
And yet you've got 2 of the English qualifiers out there in shorts.
I should have nicked theirs.
Not fair, is it?
there
you go. What a great pair of legs there on Stuart Irwin. He'll smile at me when he listens to that commentary back.
But apparently they're lucky shorts.
Are they the lucky shorts?
I heard from their partners that they wore them in the qualifiers, and there's a bit of a running gag.
Okay, so that's
so
why they've
far
stuck
so
with them.
good with the luck. So they've kept them on every game. I love them. A few of the crowd were not so impressed, but I am completely impressed with shorts. That's the way to go, in my opinion. Oh,
unlucky that. Of course, Stuart, as one of his many things he does in life, he's listed as a builder, but as I mentioned yesterday, he's a boxing champion, so he's used to wearing shorts.
all the time, yeah. 2 very fit young athletes there. And, you know, this is the wonderful demographic of our sport here, because you can have the fittest players in the world and one of the stalwarts of the game in Andy, you know.
Andy's another one that does keep himself fit. He goes to the gym regularly,
Yeah.
and he knows himself. I've spoken to Andy about this on many occasions, about keeping his fitness levels up. He knows he can still compete, but it does show you the age range that can be involved in bowls.
Tell you what, this is such a hard shot on this green. Come on, son. Oh, what a shot.
Perfect. Well played, Stuart.
That is such a hard shot on that green, and he played it perfect. It's really, and you've probably played there, and I've seen you rolling up, you know, and you've probably seen all of it. That is such a hard shot to play, isn't it?
It is.
Just that swinging shot.
Especially on the portable rink. It's a tough... People sit at home, Trenton, and they'll think, well, why aren't you playing that shot? But it's not an easy shot to play.
Not at all, no.
And it can make you look silly, really.
Like an amateur.
Yeah, it can swing so much when it's finishing that it can be 2 or 3 yards off at the end.
Oh boy, I tell you what, he's putting the hammer down here.
Oh, well played, Andy.
Yeah, well played.
Of course, the winner of this game will face David Gawley and Mervyn King tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
So there's no rest here. There's no rest.
It's just champion after champion.
We do have the awards night tonight, which is always a little bit of a...
Well, that would be a bit of fun.
A rest for the players. The annual World Bowls Tour Awards is this evening at the resort here. Glitz and glamour night.
Yeah. They know how to do glitz and glamour potters, I tell you. Everywhere you go.
I'm sure you'll enjoy tonight. It
Oh,
really is
I'm looking forward to it.
Now, Stuart, he's probably got 2 seconds in there. I just don't know whether he's got a track down to the bowl.
Looks like he's playing backhand, is it? Or yes, yep. Oh, no. Line up on the forehand. No, it's got a bit of weight backhand.
Very interesting. I'll see
that
what
was
happens
a tough
here
shot.
first, and then I'm just going to say what I was going to say there, Trenton. Stuart's a bit interesting when he sets himself up on the mat for a runner because he's very, very straight on the mat. You can't really tell sometimes unless you can see what the bowl is in his hand.
I was trying to look at the bias, and the sticker wasn't enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Indication.
He does stand very straight on the mat.
Yeah.
Well, great start there for the 2 seeded players.
Yeah.
6-0 up after
They're
2
off to a
ends.
flyer.
Yeah. But I mean, we saw last night how easily a game can change in 2 sets. You lose the first set, you can always win the second set and take us into a tie break.
That's right, yeah.
That's one of the interesting parts of the format we play. 2 sets of 7 ends.
It's cutthroat, you know. I know when I was out there that the R5 would nearly be a death knell, but it can turn around that quickly. If you pick up your fortune, you pick up a quick little 4. You've almost negated that effect.
Yeah, and also you do that. You pick up a 4, or you just play a really good bowl. Your confidence levels change, and then you feel like you can take on the world.
He's close here. What a shot. Yeah.
Well, that was what Kevin Harrison was doing yesterday.
Oh, he was dotting it.
Plays with white bowls when he's at home, so that's how confident a lead he is. We always take the mickey out of him about if he plays with white bowls, he must be confident he can put them close.
Yes, yep. Are you there, Mark? No, he's a little shy. That's a bit of a... Mark wouldn't be happy with that. That's the sort of shot where most bowlers would try to reach. You know, they try to get a foot past the head just to touch the bowl, disturb it, because now that's almost put them in a troublesome situation now.
Yeah, just something behind gives your skip a chance.
Exactly, and but even being behind gives you the opportunity to disturb the head. See, that's the way that Mark should have played.
Yeah.
Now that they are set up completely well here, they haven't done much wrong here.
We don't play many bad bowls in the commentary position, though. It's when you're out in the rink that they...
Oh, it is hard out there, I know. But, you know, it's good for people to understand and to take a bit in, you know, to improve their games. The right shot selections. looks not bad in the area. Didn't catch too much of what was said there, but he's obviously saying just get another one in the area. Something past the head would be terrific here. If he can get another one past the head, it would really favour them because they'd have three past the head.
He's dropping short.
Oh no. This is the end where they really need to. You really need to fire and make something happen.
Yeah, he changed his hand, and I think that sometimes change of hand this over, you change your pace. He's
Definitely.
not played that hand that often. I thought in practice it seemed to be playing quite well on all four hands, Trenton. It was just a question of finding the right line, basically.
Exactly. No,
it's a simple game, isn't it?
I felt when I was out there, I was confident in playing both sides.
Yeah.
It was just a matter of, finding it. Sometimes turning a lot more than you thought at times.
Yeah.
You could give it a little more width than you wanted, and it would get back to the jack.
If you're a perfect weight, it will make it all the way back. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the seeded players here are just going to, they're just going to play things safe here. So some people might attack in this situation, but they just really want to consolidate the damage here, and they drop a nice little one.
Yeah,
keep in control.
Like you said, quite happy. I know it sounds awful sometimes to say quite happy to drop a one.
Yeah.
But in this situation, when they've got the 6-0 lead, one's not a worry.
No, they just want to try and cruise home and do the job and get the set done, and get the last bowl on the next end, perhaps. Make them play the brilliant bowls to make the 2 or the 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
not give them the opportunity.
Shots. And Stuart's just struggling for his pace this morning.
Yeah.
Mark's looking at it. I'm just wondering if he's looking at the red bowl onto the green bowl to try and chip it out, but the angle might flick it out too far. I'm not sure.
Just over the draw. Just try and lift this a couple of times.
And yet again, see, there's not too much weight called there.
No. If he graze off that, just over the draw.
See, there it is. Yeah, that's the one that's just saying, let's be conservative. Let's not give them opportunities to make it better.
Don't worry too much about it. Just over the draw.
Yep, exactly. Whereas some club players might play a bit too much weight in this situation.
Very
tell
close.
you what, he has given this an effort.
He's very close.
What a shot.
Oh, what a great bowl there from...
Look at them. Look, they're over the moon with that.
Bowls, Andy Thompson, MBE.
Yeah, Mark's very happy with that result. And Andy, rightly so as well. Jeez, the poor English, they're in all sorts.
Yeah.
Look at him, he's just saying, try to draw 2 within 2 inches. It's so hard, and you just got to grit your teeth and try and get it done.
I think Stuart just needs to settle. He's played a good runner so far in the game, but he just needs to settle on his drawing weight.
He's definitely got a nice compact delivery. That helps
very
sometimes.
Very steady delivery.
Mine's a bit awkward at times, but I get it away all right.
We were talking about this yesterday about deliveries when Darren Burnett was in commentary, and it's all about consistency. If you
what a
Stuart.
ball!
Wow. The crowd will have gone wild at Cumbria Indoor Bowls Club because I'm sure this will be on the big screen there at the club. I'm just saying he needed to find a decent drawing bowl to get his confidence, and right on cue,
That is what
Stuart.
they needed.
Right on
that could
cue.
be the worm that turned, that's...
Now, Andy could reach to the red bowl to the right-hand side of your screen and get some sort of punch onto his own bowl into the head. It's not an easy shot to play though, Trenton. Again, it's one of those that's got to be a timing
this is
weight.
very tough, but he's got to give it a chance, It's again, they were trying to consolidate the damage earlier, and they did everything they can to limit it, but they're 2 down now. Here we go, bit of weight.
In the area.
Mark likes it. No.
He was in the area though. Andy's never happy if he doesn't get the right result.
He's similar to myself. Only happy when we get it.
Yes, exactly. Well, self-critical. I think most of the top players tend to be that.
Yeah, it's that standard we keep.
Yeah,
it's
you're wanting to play well all the time, especially in pairs for your partner.
You don't want to let
singles is
the
a
other down.
lonely game, but when you're playing in pairs, you don't want to let your partner down.
No, no. And that's the key to a good pairs combination. It's when the other one fails, the other one comes to the front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to both have an off end at the same time.
No, because it hurts. And, you know, you both feel it and you're both out there with the emotions, you know.
I think he might be taking these shots the way he's waving his hand.
Yeah. Look, it's...
Big smile up at Andy Thompson there.
Yep. Yeah, well taken.
Set score 6-2 after 3 ends.
They deserve that. They really needed it.
Yes, that was all set up really by a good ball from Kevin Harrison to start it off.
Track length 28 metres.
Longer length jack, 28 metres.
Hurry, come on.
He's just dropped this short. Chosen to lead that off the forehand.
It's like a big singles game, this 3-ball pairs. It is really essential to make that first bowl count. The pressure starts from that first bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody once said to me that in pairs, games are won from the front and salvaged from the back, which I think in some cases, certainly in 2-bowl pairs
even more
it is.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think now we've changed the rules now to 3-bowl. It does make for a slightly more exciting game. There's more
It does. It gives you
options. Different shots can be played. You're not just trying to just play the draw all
draw
the
shot
time.
or a drive. Yeah, yeah. No, yeah. See, this is the thing. If it was 2-bowl pairs, they'd be in all sorts here. But he's got one more bowl to make it count.
a difference. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you for joining us this Saturday morning here at the Just World Indoor Bowls Championships 2018, hosted by Potters Resort. If you're only just joining us, I'm joined in the commentary box by fantastic Australian voice next to me, Trenton Healy, who played in the pairs yesterday.
Thank you.
It was just unfortunate, really, because some great bowls were played yesterday, though. So it's always tough when you get to these stages. Everybody's playing so well.
Oh, yeah.
It can be those.
It's a
little
knife edge
minor
at times.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just minor differences that can make the difference.
This is this 3rd bowl we talked about, isn't it?
Yeah.
There it is.
It's good there. He's still not happy, but
That's a good bowl. It gives them a chance, you know. Such a seasoned professional, Mark. I love his attitude and his nice little delivery.
one of the left-handers
Look at that,
in
and
the
that's a
top
switch.
16. Yeah, look at that.
Brilliant.
Perfect bowl.
2 red.
Mark Royal, Les Gillett, the 2 top 16 players that are left-handers. Very smooth delivery as Mark Royal.
One of my older friends, well, he's still a close friend. He's very close with my wife, actually, coaching-wise. It's most people on the World Bowls Tour know him well. Ian Schuback.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Very, very, very talented man. He used to say that left-handers are either no good at all or completely talented.
Oh, right. But he was very popular over here.
I heard.
The crowds loved him. One of the characters of the game.
Yes, definitely. They're probably missing him a bit, you know. He.
I think it's one of those hard ones at the moment. The characters of the game are not about like they were in the days of your Ian Schubacks and John Price at the height of his game, etc.
Exactly.
But also now with the singles game in particular, now we have the shot clock. There's not that much time to actually take the time to talk to the audience and
embrace them.
Yeah, you've got to.
Yeah.
Think about your game.
Well, I felt playing. I would have loved to interact with my audience a lot more yesterday. But yeah, you don't have that opportunity in that time. But we didn't have a shot clock, but you're just so focused on the game.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. There they are, the
yeah,
crowd's
yeah.
there, loving it today.
She's been coming to Potters for years. I think yesterday, when Richie Baird asked her, I think she's 84 now. Been same seat for years.
Really?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of people here come back regularly. I mean, notice at the back end of last year's tournament that people were booking already for the following year. Their
Wow.
their sabbaticals or their pilgrimages to the World
World Bowl,
Championships.
yeah. It's no surprise because this is a wonderful venue, and you could see it easily booking out if you're not quick. Yeah.
Yeah, and people only see what you're seeing on the television screens now. They don't see the Atlas Theatre, the restaurants. As I mentioned before, there's another bowls arena here called the Bowler's Bar with 6 rinks.
Yeah, that's where we played. Yep,
There's
in our
10-pin
pre-qual.
bowling, Segway, there's
Archery.
there's all we could go on
golf
forever.
course. What a resort. And I heard actually somebody said they invest something like £3 million back into the resort every year.
Oh yes, something every time I visit the resort, something has changed and something's been updated.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's
So hats off, yeah.
customer service is
World-class
is-
facility. Yeah.
I know I went into the restaurant in a bit of a flyer last night because of a game that was a bit tight. I don't know who was playing that game at that time, but I think I had about 25 minutes between your games, Trenton. And I flew into the restaurant, and the lovely young gentleman
Actually, I think I saw you racing back. You said, well done.
That was the one.
Yeah.
I immediately, he said, would you like to sit down? I said, no, I haven't time to sit down. Can you just? And he was absolutely brilliant. He got me my meal, and I managed to dash away with it. So they're absolutely brilliant.
Well, I was
all the
upset
customers.
because I missed the beautiful lunch and the beautiful dinner. I was out there playing, and they really spoil you here. Amazing meals. All right, here we go. Big shot this for the game. This is almost game on the line, actually.
Yeah, it really has to make a difference with this bowl. Doesn't want to drop another count. Total focus, Stuart.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
He likes it.
What have you got?
He definitely likes it.
Come on, what have you got?
Get it solid and set.
What a ball! Yes!
Stuart. Punch in the air there from Stuart Irwin. Needed that at that time.
What a ball!
Huge bowl.
Oh, whoa. The set was on the line without a doubt. And he's played an immaculate bowl. It's in a perfect position now.
Yeah. Absolutely brilliant bowl. He'll be pumping now.
Oh, shots like that, it gets your blood pumping. That's what you live for in lawn bowls.
I think Andy's looking down through that gap. Anything through might rattle something about. There is the perfect way through the gap, but even if you got one of the green bowls up, it might shift
Move the jack,
a little bit. In the area, Andy gives you a chance.
Oh, Andy
He's played it a timer weight.
needs a little bit of luck here. He's a little tight. Oh, no.
One shot, Harrison and Irwin.
Well played, boys. That was a wonderful get out there.
Set score 6-3 after 4 ends.
Just digging in. Got some people there saying this isn't cricket. You'd think so with the shorts they're wearing.
Yeah, cricket white. It's good to have so many people tuning in. We get a lot of people that have never watched bowls before, which is great, and this is your opportunity to watch. It's your opportunity to ask questions. I believe the next co-commentator I've got in the room with me here is actually the gentleman that stood out there in black on the rink, Alan Thornhill.
Oh, yeah.
Head official here at the World Bowls Tour. So
Well, I met Alan and
any rules questions?
Yep.
Save them for the next game. No, we'll try and help this game, but Alan is in with me for the next game. If you've got
They're
any
wonderful
rules
people,
questions.
all of the markers and
There you go, Alan.
the umpires. They really try hard and they're passionate about the games. I think a couple are going to the Commonwealth Games from this
Yes,
event.
Alan Thornhill and Dan Blewett, who's actually the umpire for this game. They are both going to the Commonwealth Games.
Yep. That's on the Gold Coast in Australia. So, and it'll be played at the Broadbeach Bowls Club, which is a very strong, thriving club, and it's got one of the, well, he's an ex-Canadian patriot that's leading the charge at the Broadbeach Club, which is Ryan Bester. Arguably one of the greatest drivers the game's ever seen. But, yeah.
Yeah, I was rather hoping there might be some requests for needing commentary over there, but I've not seen anything in print.
They need to get you on board.
Rather fancied a trip out to Australia.
Oh, well.
I went out a number of years ago when the Commonwealth Games was last there.
Yes,
in Melbourne.
at Darebin.
When I went to Melbourne,
yeah. Darebin, yeah.
Sorry, yes, you are correct. You
Yes.
see, yes, I'm just
Well, yeah, Darebin's-
generalising on the
Yeah, I
you're
know.
right, it's the area.
I
yeah.
focused on the suburb, not the actual city.
And thoroughly enjoyed that. It was a great time out there.
Yeah.
Another one of the characters of the game won the singles there, Kelvin Kirkhope.
Well, he is somebody who's performed quite well. He won 3 Welsh titles in a row.
He did.
Yeah,
He did.
yeah.
Another player that was very popular on the tour.
Yep. World Pairs, I think he won World
Yep.
Pairs with Mervyn, or?
Mervyn King.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Has he got the Ooh.
Oh, if it sits down. Just
That's second wood.
again, one of the
Ooh.
questions we often get asked, because obviously Ian's not here anymore, and neither's Kelvin, but it's a lot of cost sometimes for the Australians. Do you get support to come over for the events?
Well, I haven't hit up my personal club yet, Pine Rivers, but I'm quite lucky my work embraced my opportunity to come here to the World
Yeah.
Pairs. So I'm very lucky. And I'm missing my family and my children right now, but
Oh, we must give them a shout out, because I'm sure they'll know what you're on commentary.
yeah, yeah.
He's done very well, and he's made a lot of good friends over here.
Oh,
folks. He's,
and more to come.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
quite happy to have him come back here anytime.
Yeah. Well, I'll be back for Blackpool.
Oh yeah, do you know, I've not even looked at the draw. Are you in Blackpool?
Yes.
Oh, you're coming to my home club. That's my home
Yeah,
club.
is it?
Oh
Yeah,
wow,
yeah.
brilliant. You do realise I'll be dragging you into commentary there as well.
Fair enough.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. It was a tough one. I actually played my compatriot in the final, Scott.
Oh,
who I played
right.
with.
So
Yeah.
Scott's here in the singles, and you got
He
the
beat
international.
me
Yeah.
in the World Singles National
Really?
Finals.
Oh, that's interesting.
And
yeah.
I beat him in the International Singles
International.
final. I wish I beat him in the World Singles, though.
Yeah, the thing is, you'll find it interesting at Blackpool, because at Blackpool we play on a club rink. It's rink 2 at the club.
Yeah. He's going to lift it? Oh,
So
wow.
those timing bowls we were talking about earlier, they
Ah,
are
yeah.
possible on that rink. Very good national rink.
Yeah.
The one you don't want there is Mark Dawes, because it's his home rink.
He'd know it like back of his hand. It's similar, like our venue. I don't know if many of the people have seen Pine Rivers, but we have a very big, strong competition called the BPL, and we host it. And yeah, most of the local players know that green like the back of their
Yeah.
hand. You know, you could play a social bowler who's a Division 7 or 8, and they're
Because they
almost
play
unbeatable.
on it week in, week
Oh,
out. They know the rinks.
They
Yeah.
know it. They know the right shots to play. Yeah,
Well, that's similar to coming here and playing one of the top 16.
it is. It's their backyard.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are used to this. It's a bit like they're playing on a national rink.
He's got to reach here. He really needs
Any
to reach.
sort of shuttle into that, Stuart, I think you're lacking weight.
He wouldn't be happy with that. His line was great to just play that couple of feet over.
There's a couple of opportunities there as well, because
Oh.
the red bowl will pop out the head.
Exactly. Yeah, he wouldn't be happy with that, unfortunately.
Hang on.
No, you're a little tight, Andy.
We've gone quicker.
He says, I think they're saying here that they're probably talking to each other. Probably saying, don't play too much. They don't want to get that red wrong onto the jack.
No, but it's the opportunity to get a 2 or a 3. Trenton,
Yeah.
at this stage, end 5.
If you got the arrow going, I think that green bowl, that green bowl on the wing is probably what they're after, not the middle green. The middle green is the absolute worst result. It's the one on the wing that they really want to hit. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're looking at there.
Yeah.
If they can get that bowl, the red bowl pops out the head.
Might make 2 or 3, you know, if things rattle around the right way. Yeah. It's either that or he attempts to draw it. I personally think in this situation, a little more weight is required to get that result.
Yeah, make sure you reach to it.
Yep.
So it'd be unfortunate to get the
And he's played a couple
bowl,
of good
but
running shots.
he's played a couple of really big shots when they've counted as well. A waft of the rag, I don't really know what that means. Too wide?
No, he's trying to draw it. Yeah. Oh, actually, no. He did play the weight. He was just wide.
Just wondering if it might have
Yeah.
been worth him going quicker at that.
That's the thing. That shot is so hard. You've just got to play. And I think I listened to a bit of commentary last night after my game when Darren was saying, and Darren said, I don't know why he didn't play that shot earlier, the firmer shot. And it won us the game against Ireland.
Yeah.
The firmer pace shot, because it just, it takes all the disadvantages out of it. It just gets the shot.
Yeah.
Gets the job done. That firmer weight.
Great line, Andy. Oh, we're close here.
Oh, Mark
Close
likes
here.
it. Mark likes
As I
it.
mentioned before, if it's perfect weight, they'll
Will
come
it
all
fall?
the way back.
Ooh. So it's still not beyond doubt if this bowl doesn't count this set. Just one red.
1 shot, Thompson and Royal. Set score 7-3 after 5 ends.
Well, 2 ends left to play, 4 behind for the Cumbrians. I can hear the kiddies next door, Indy and Ezra, that's Stuart Irwin's 2 children, and I think it's Cody is Kevin's. He's also put on his player profile. There's one on the way as well.
Yeah.
25.5 metres.
2 lovely
I
little
met them.
families, yeah.
I got offered the dummy a few times, but I've been known to spit them, but I refused it on this occasion. I didn't want to spit any dummies on TV.
No, not live.
Yeah.
Of course, after this game, we do have Stuart Anderson, Darren Burnett versus Ronnie Duncan and
That'll be a
Colin
top
Walker.
game.
That'll be a
Yeah.
really good game.
I say that, and every game here is a top game. World class.
But that was actually the World Pairs final a couple of years back.
Really?
So, and the year that Stuart Anderson and Darren Burnett won it. So there's some good games on for the rest of today. Do stay with us. Like I say, if you can't stay with us, if you've got to go off and play a league game or a national, etc., etc., all the results are on worldbowlstour.tv.
We've got Jamaica there watching. Good morning, Jamaica. Or it might, I hope it's morning there.
I was saying yesterday we could do with one of these time clocks on the wall that tells us what time it is in each country, and then we know. We had Mexico on yesterday, and
Yeah. It's wonderful to hit such a wide audience now.
yeah, and that's the joy of this Facebook Live and the YouTube streaming. People can tune in and watch their qualifiers. Going back a number of years, it was all down to when we got
lovely
mainstream TV.
So obviously for the people who are just picking it up or watching it from all over the world, it's the closest bowls to the jack obviously end up the winner. And the more you have closer than your opposition, the more shots that you score. So sometimes we overlook the simple things when we're commentating and talking to people.
You are right. I mean, it's a simple game to us, but then we've played it for I certainly played it for years. So you just sort of
Well, I personally started when I was 13, so I'm 31 now, so it's 18 years. So
I hate to tell you, but I've been playing a few more years than that. But I actually started out playing a game called Crown Green.
Oh, I love Crown Green.
From Lancashire, so I played Crown Green for a number of years.
I, to be honest, I love it, but I have never played it.
Well, you're coming to Blackpool in March. We've got to sort that one out.
Well, I've got a little friend I met. His name's Mark Burdett, and he's a bit of a rogue, but he's a big Crown Green player. But I met him, he came to Australia, and he said,
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
this isn't bowls. I'll show you how to play bowls. Go out to the Crown Green. You know.
Well, of course, Blackpool's the home of the famous Waterloo,
Yeah.
which is where the big championships are played every year. So.
Well, if you'd take me, I'd
We'll-
love to have
we'll
a game
have
of
to
Crown
We'll
Green.
have to try and sort
Yeah.
that one out. We'll have to try and plan that one in.
Yeah. Oh, yes, Andy. Yeah.
Great bolt. Now, Stuart, change of hand. Try and tuck the jack away.
Mm-hmm. Little touch. Little touch, mate. You know, they need a nice little 2 here to give them a chance to get to the next end, or a 3. Oh, he's giving this a chance.
It's down the right line.
Yeah, come on.
All on pace. All on pace here,
He's-
Stuart.
he's
All on
gonna-
pace.
oh. Probably just that half a foot quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the problem if you just
21 in the
play a
middle.
short bowl
That's
and you
about 3
add that
inches.
bit more weight on, it just hangs off.
Yeah, yeah.
Same
Just that
bowl.
half a foot.
Andy just looking to draw to the green bowl. Try and make a 3. We'll truly finish this set off, but there's still the opportunity for Stuart.
Chasing, yep. He's asking it to hurry, I think, by the look of his body language. Yeah, and rightly so. It's a little short. Well, he doesn't have to change much, I don't think. A similar
He's still
bowl.
looking down that area, just any sort of rest on that bowl.
Mm,
Touch the jack would be very good.
yeah. No, it's just going to
Just
stay
on the
high.
wide side.
I think I found that a couple of times yesterday too. When you're playing that just over, you're trying so hard, and you just miss your line, and you just miss your weight, and like we said earlier in the game, it just makes you look so amateurish, you know.
Yeah.
But you're trying so hard to nail it.
I don't think Andy will be trying anything different. Anything that sticks out to the side of the head at the left-hand side when we get back to the
Well,
picture.
he might want to be careful and also even just get a little bit past, because
yeah, there's
he
two
hasn't
bowls,
really
two
noticed
green
yet.
bowls over there, isn't
Yes,
it? Yeah.
yeah, that spot is looking a bit
Mm.
precarious. It,
He's gone on the
Right,
wide
Andy.
side. Anything on that side of the head,
yeah, he
would be
doesn't want to
good
cut
for
the head.
Andy Thompson and Mark Royal.
Well, he's just trying to cover. Yeah, that's not bad. That's good. It will limit the damage if the worst was to happen and the jack ended up.
It's probably just one on the respot now, one straight back. I don't think
Yeah.
it'll go straight back.
No. It's pretty hard, but
Same shot again for Stuart. Really, the perfect shot.
yep. He's played a couple of rippers, so this is another time to play that big bowl. Take the big breaths and play the shot. Love his delivery. He just nice and easy away, but he's not
No,
happy.
doesn't like that at all. 2 shots to red.
I think so, and that
No,
could signal
umpire
the
being
end.
called on.
Mm.
And you see
Seen a
together-
few sixes this tournament, but
Yeah, and the weirdest thing was, I was just saying before we came into the tournament, we hadn't had a 6 scored, and we've had a couple of 6s scored.
in the one
so,
day.
Yeah.
White red.
We've
yeah,
had another split jack. It's all
yeah,
been
Johnny
happening.
Bazare, the big,
Yeah.
yeah, pastor actually, and Johnny comes from my hometown, so I'm actually from Canberra in the ACT,
Right, okay.
and he started, and along with one of the great bowlers Australia's ever produced, Adam Jeffrey.
Yes.
Yeah, all ACT, but yeah, but Johnny was here representing Canada, and he's almost retired, but he was still one of the best Australian bowlers there at the time, and he played alongside Adam
Right.
and Gary
'Cause I
Willis.
first met him because he qualified at the International Open a couple of years back.
That's right, yeah.
So, yeah, he's experienced the Blackpool venue.
Yeah, but he represents Canada now, and
Yes, yeah.
he's doing quite well there, but yeah, he absolutely annihilated a jack, and unfortunately for him, if it went on the spot, they probably held 5.
Oh, dear.
But instead, the jack split in half,
Oh, wow.
and they had to replay the end. It's a good one to know, though. If you're in big trouble and you need to make a 4 and you can't, just break
Just
the jack.
split the jack.
One shot, Thompson and Royal.
Just the one shot.
Just one, yeah. I thought that was 2.
That takes us into a final end of this first set.
Score 8-3 after 6 ends.
They need one of those 5s or 6s now, do they, boys from Cumbria?
And they're going to need it.
It's nice to see a few coming into the crowd now. It's a weekend break that you can book here, which obviously includes the awards, ceremony night, things like Player of the Year, Match of the Year. All those sort of awards go out tonight, very glitzy. Posh frocks.
Yeah. Well, Mark's left the door open here. This is the end. That if you really need to make a big score, you have to do it with your first bowl. You have to set it up.
Kevin's got to be there close for the Cumbrians.
Because if he gives, if he still leaves it open, see, that's not too bad, but it's not what you. If you really put that pressure on and nail that jack, it just puts the opposition under that much more pressure.
Well, you always feel like somebody like Mark Royal's going to adjust that weight.
Exactly.
He's only
it's
dropping
just
a
leaving
yard.
too much room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, good ball going in here. So he's just pulled up a touch. Yeah, it's pulled up.
He's probably a little light. He wouldn't be happy with that. Yeah, it whips back nicely on this hand, coming back to the player's box.
Yeah, it does settle as the fortnight of the event goes on. It was late.
Yeah, lovely shot.
Wednesday.
So here we go. That's a little bit of the pressure that they needed to apply when you're chasing a 5, obviously. If they could escape with a draw, they'd be over the moon, I think.
This looks very wide.
Yeah, Mark has really capitulated here. This might be the opportunity they're looking for.
Chances.
Yeah.
He's not closed the door entirely.
Oh, it will get back if your weight's good. Just read the body language. No. Oh, that makes it that much harder for the 5.
Yeah, he could have just really have done with getting another one in there.
It's tough.
Andy's still got the draw here.
Yeah, he's not happy
Even
with
if Andy
himself.
draws second bowl, it's making it very, very tough now.
Yeah, effectively all of the skips bowls have to count.
Yeah.
Be effective.
Andy's just taking his time, a little bit of a disturbance in the crowd. It's one of the things in the pairs, you do have the chance to reset and just take your time.
Well played, Andy.
Yeah, that's the shot they
Very
wanted
good.
to play
Oh,
there.
perfect.
That's what he wanted Mark to get in there. Makes it very difficult.
Now, Stuart, this needs to count.
Yes. Needs to be an effective bowl to give them a chance of a score. Oh, Harry Stewart. Oh,
It's not
no.
reached. Oh, that could be the party over for this first set anyway.
That makes it so difficult to make the 5. Oh, poor boys. Well, in this situation, when you know it's all gone, you've got to regroup. You've got to regather.
They've played well.
They have.
Apart from the first end, they've played very well.
Well, you
so
take away that big count, and we've got a 4-3 game.
Exactly.
You know?
Well played.
There we go. See, now he's just saying, just draw the shot, get your rhythm back,
Yeah.
don't do anything leery, don't do anything silly. And it's good to see they are already focusing on the next set.
Yeah, exactly. Just take your time.
Yep.
There's no opportunity here to score the
Yep.
the 5 you need. So
Yep.
just and he looks like he's close here.
Yeah, yeah.
He looks like he's got a good bowl.
Lovely
well played,
bowl.
Stuart.
2 green.
Again, holding 2, it's like you say, that 5 at the first end, it's made the huge difference in the score.
You just
Totally.
can't give them an inch. You can't give anyone an inch on this green. And I literally mean anyone, whether they be qualifiers who've made it so far and are top shelf bowlers or the seeded players themselves. You cannot give them an inch. Oh, wow.
Wow. Just rested the wrong way, but it's still in the area.
He says, you're
Good
not
ball.
having it all your own way. I'm still going to make you fight for it.
Just a bit of a reacher from Stuart, but like you were saying before, I don't think he'll be. Oh, he's
Yeah.
overplayed the
Nothing
the
too
line
over
again.
the top.
Yeah, just settling for the next set, really.
Yep. Great effort.
1 shot, Harrison and Owen. First set, Thompson and Royal.
This again is the kind of situation, I'm not sure who won the toss, but you have a little chat to each other on the crossover and say, well, where do we start? When, what sort of length? We take into account what happened in that first set. How can we change things to put it into our favour?
Yeah, there's a big discussion centre.
Yeah, well look, these two are doing it. Yeah, and they won the first set.
Yeah,
and they're already contriving ideas.
Andy's one of the. I've had the pleasure to play mixed pairs with him in the past, and he's one of the tacticians of the game. Is Andy really thinks the game, knows exactly where he wants the mat put in, exactly where he wants the jack put in. Captain of the England senior international side, and also the team manager for the junior international side,
Really?
which again is good to see players like Andy. I know Nick Brett's involved in selection for the juniors as well. Players of that quality putting time into the junior sides is fantastic.
Yeah. It is good. I had a wonderful upbringing where I was in Australia. So I actually started at Penrith, which is west of Sydney, and they really looked after me. We had a state coach who's New South Wales, and he was a state coach, but he spent a lot of time with us, and every Saturday, and he went a lot through the mental side of things.
Yeah.
Alongside the delivery and that, but it really helped progress my game from that young age.
Yeah.
And it's not just about getting out there and rolling to a jack. It's about understanding your opponent,
Exactly.
understanding your conditions, and taking that all into account.
There's some good coaching out there. It's often a game that's overlooked for things like warm-up routines and coaching. It's something that I myself personally do look quite a lot into. Take the game very professionally, which is what I think most players at this level do.
Great start. That's what they needed. Yeah.
No, Andy Thompson
Well,
does
a lot of the top
coaching
golfers.
himself. Yeah, exactly.
They have full-time coaches, and the tennis players.
Oh yes. If there was that sort of money in the game, you'd be taking your coach around with you.
But you can see Federer's coach and Nadal's coach and Djokovic. They all have their coaches, and they're all heavily involved, and it can only benefit.
It's all down to a team, isn't it? It's a team effort.
Yeah. We're almost reluctant sometimes as bowlers, though, to listen to our coaches and to take their advice. But it's been proven time and time again in other sports how beneficial they are.
Yeah.
Having that extra person on your side and correcting your weaknesses.
Yes, totally agree.
Yeah.
Like you say, often bowlers
yes.
in particular overlook that.
That's a lovely start. That's the start they needed, these two. They really have to come out of the gate, you know?
Yeah, if Kevin can start leading like that, it takes a lot more pressure off Stuart, and he can start playing his big shots again.
I watched a bit of his game in the English qualifiers because they had a semi in the final, and he was really dotting it.
Yeah.
He was really nailing the jack. And it's so essential in this format. See, Mark, he's really left the gate open here for the boys.
Yeah, just stay calm, start of a new set, 7 ends.
Yeah, like we said, I think they were focused from the get-go on this. They were raring to go.
Just that first end of that first set.
Yeah. I'm hoping, and I'm thinking, when I'm in this situation as a skip, and after what happened in the first set, this first bowl is so crucial to really state your authority.
Yes.
You're here to play. You've really got to put the pressure on. Whether you can or not, that's fine. As long as you show, you know, you're in the area and you're making your presence noted. And he's trying that, you know. This is it.
All on pace. Just easy down
Just
a bit.
a bit high, but like I said, it wasn't too far out of the area. He's really got something behind. Knew he had to be behind to cover those red balls.
Right, Andy. Turn now.
Oh
Close.
boy.
Very
You cannot
close.
let a man like Andy strike.
Oh,
Whoa.
wow.
Right.
Yeah, don't start making it too complicated, Stuart. Just
Mm.
keep your line, drop your weight.
Yeah. You can't let a man like Andy have two goes at that shot, though.
No,
You
no,
do
he's
not
he's
want to
missed
let
it by
him-
nothing there, really.
No, you do not want to let him have an easy shot.
This has got to rest on these back red
Just
balls.
miss the jack. Just around the jack. Not touch it. Oh, no. Oh. What a great try.
Hold now, Andy.
That's
I
a
wonder how
shame,
many of
really,
these-
isn't it?
The gaps.
It looks like only one red at
Their
this stage.
closest is 6
And you
inches.
see it touching the jack and
Yours
just
is
tips
3
it
inches
to
behind.
Mm.
Andy's last
If
bowl.
you rest off the back one.
In
it's all
hindsight,
together.
it's probably better they do it than Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, Stuart must take from it that it was a good bowl. It was just the fact that,
Ah.
you know,
You get
for
the- you get the high
extra
side of the
millimetre. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, you could not let a man like Andy have another crack at that. He was so close with
Hold
his
on.
first.
He's close
And he will
again here.
correct.
Hold on.
And just
Oh,
That's good then.
well, that's not made it any easier for the Cumbrians. I wonder if they might change hand here
One red.
to the green bowl.
yeah, just roll it a couple of times onto the red. I think they have the 2 seconds at the moment, but obviously the bowl's not going clean.
Yeah, there's the chance of anything down there. Trenton,
Yeah.
really, it's. I'm just wondering if Stuart's actually looking at going a lot quicker down onto the middle, even into the middle of the pack
Yeah,
here to try
yeah,
and
and
shake
get the jack
something up.
right back to the ditch to their bowl. But you know what? That's probably a really good shot, because the thing is, if you're a little bit tight, you'll probably get that green bowl still onto the red bowl.
Yeah.
You know, if you miss that cannon, so that the 3-bowl cannon there's lined
They've
up
got
to get onto
the
the jack.
best bowl at the back as well, so
Yeah,
even if the
yeah.
jack shot right through the centre
And
of
it
the
is
gap.
hard to draw to that ditch. Yeah. But like I said, if you're a little bit tight, there's a thing with these players. You cannot even give them half a
Yeah,
foot, because
exactly.
they'll punish you.
And that, if they could counter 2 at this first end, that would be a
Ah.
huge punishment considering how
What they
Kevin
were holding.
Harrison started.
Yeah. And here we go. We have. Oh. Yep.
Might sit.
Oh. Oh, Mark's waiting for it. He's going to step a bit closer to it. Oh, he's shuffling. No, stay away from it, Mark.
Now he's lost all the weight, it won't move for him. Another little bit of a chat on what sort of length to play. Of course, Mark Royal, we notoriously know for liking to play the shorter length jacks. But, going a bit longer here.
Jack length 28 metres.
Yeah, we're used to seeing Mark Royal going a lot shorter jack than this in his singles games anyway.
Mm. Actually, we played a lot longer, and a lot longer than I would have preferred, actually, in our pairs game yesterday.
Yeah.
I was saying to my mate, I said, oh, just shorten him, and he couldn't slow it up, and yeah. It's hard because I think sometimes the longer lengths, and we play a lot of longer lengths at my home club in Australia, because it sometimes favour the better players, and it's harder to get out of trouble on a longer end.
I'm just checking my memory there as well, and I think your partner actually plays Mark Royal in the
Yes, he does.
first round
Yeah,
of singles here, so I've just told you what Mark Royal normally plays as a length.
Yeah, so it's probably a good thing you threw a lot of long ends.
He, like I say, but I mean everybody knows Mark for that. It's one of his key features. His return to base is always returning to the shorter length jack.
Yeah. Well, you can sometimes back yourself. I know when I was in trouble in singles in my life, or even in team events, it's sort of a length. Personally, I can draw upon. I used to play a lot of short lengths when I was a junior, rolling up, and that was the one and I could almost
Sort of
rely
a
on
default
it to get me out of trouble. Yeah, to just get a quick 2 or to pot a jack or to sit a it's easier to hit ahead on a shorter length. Yeah. Oh, great start again. Brilliant.
He won't be happy with that because he's left a ledge, but but it's two good bowls.
As they say in the World Bowls Tour, he's left a shoulder.
Mind you, as I've got you in commentary, there was a word you used yesterday that I'm now scribbling through my paperwork here for. It's a subliminal length. What is a subliminal length? You had Neil Furman and I certainly wanting to walk to the dictionaries
Subliminal.
here. Yes,
it's perfect.
You've just played the subliminal length. I've saved that to talk my national
Very
pairs
good,
partner.
add
I'm
it
going
to
to
the-
use that.
Yeah. Well, please go for it. And quintessential, right where we needed it.
That's marvellous.
Subliminal.
Yes.
If anything, it'll bamboozle the opposition.
You
What's this
bamboozled
bloke
the
on
commentary
about?
team.
He's throwing a subliminal jack.
Love it. Oh dear. I say Neil Furman was in with me in commentary, and we both looked at each other and went, "Who's got the Google?"
I've often found in my my tattered career that sometimes my best strength was perplexing my opponents. Yeah, getting into their minds.
Yes.
Yeah, and obviously a little harder here. It's foreign territory to me.
Yeah.
But I've been quite effective in Australia at getting into people's heads.
Well, I mean, you'll have learnt from this experience as well
I have.
for your next one in March and
Yeah.
hopefully future ones as well.
Well, and this is the thing about our game. No matter who you are, every game adds to your game.
Yes.
It's
you're
another
learning,
one for your
You're
memory
learning all the
banks.
time, yeah.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
And again, everyone out there, if you're watching, whether you're 5 years old or 100 years old, you're in a wheelchair or you're not feeling so confident, bowls is always there for you, and there's always a game waiting. So get out there and have a go.
Yep. Any age, any ability.
Oh,
Can play in the PBAs as well.
yep, yeah. This is the ultimate echelon of the sport, the World Bowls Tour, in my opinion. The Commonwealth Games are up there too. There's no arguing. The Commonwealth Games is quite high prestige, but the World Bowls Tour is the ultimate echelon professional.
For the
bowls.
indoor bowls in particular, like
Yes.
you say, Commonwealth Games for outdoor and
Yep.
and this for and in the European qualifiers we have players in wheelchairs,
Hurry,
we
Andy.
have
Yeah.
blind players.
Hurry.
It's good that it's open to both
Get up.
sexes as well. Of course, it's an open championships.
Oh, Andy, have you done it? Oh.
Well, might have just sat down.
No, he fell back then, yep.
Just a question of contacting your local PBA branch wherever you are and
Yeah, get
paying your
involved.
membership and having a go.
Yeah. The more the merrier. Everybody has a chance. Everyone has a chance to play a world champion
That's
and
right.
test their mettle.
That's proved it with Stuart Irwin and Kevin Harrison, who were out there. Kevin Harrison's played in the PBA since he was very, very young. And
Hurry.
it's wonderful to see that he's
Hurry.
got his reward.
Oh, the line was perfect.
Stuart qualified in the International Open 2 years ago. So, they're both very consistent players.
Yeah. It's amazing our sport, how you can be anyone and be playing a world champion, and
Yeah.
on your day you can beat them.
Exactly. Exactly.
If they're a little off and you're at your absolute peak.
Especially with sets play, because
Oh.
you have got the opportunity to come back in the second set.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, and then you get to that tie break and
Yeah.
anything can happen.
A little
Yep.
bit of luck can sometimes win you a tie break.
Oh. Well, I look at that game. I came off the green yesterday against the game against Ireland. I know that our round 1 pairs encounter was very tight too, but that was an absolutely thrilling game.
Yeah.
If anyone gets a chance, please look and review the game where Australia played Ireland in the pairs preliminary final. There were some amazing shots there.
It was excellent. We actually said, you know, if this is the standard of bowls to come throughout the next 2 and a bit weeks.
Yeah.
It's, you know,
And it wasn't
amazing.
even the first round. It
No,
was
exactly.
The prelim.
It was a prelim to get into the first round. There you go. We've got a
Yeah.
young spectator in watching.
Yeah, it's good to see. Like I said, they're packing now. Not easy because he had to switch. One up.
Whether he shuffles his own along.
Just didn't up and over it.
Yeah, they do shuffle a little bit on the carpet if you can catch them.
Yeah, they do shimmy a bit, don't
Yeah.
they? Yeah, yeah.
The nature of the fibres in the carpet sort of means that they shuffle along a little bit.
I think they'll probably take the one here, won't they? If they've got one.
Yeah, they're just asking Alan Thornhill for his opinion.
What's happened? Oh, has he favoured the red there? The marker.
Can't just. He's not told us what. But that was a question from the players. He doesn't actually have to.
Yeah, it
let
did
us
look like
know.
he said one down.
It did
Yeah,
look
yeah.
like he was certainly questioning it. So.
And they've got wonderful eyes. Yeah, you don't want to
Oh yes.
question
Yeah.
the markers. They're very experienced. Very rarely do they make a mistake, if ever.
It's all very good. I totally trust them. We've spoken about this many times, that as a player, the markers are only giving their opinion.
That's
but
true.
At this level,
Yeah.
to be fair, their eyesight's better than mine.
Yeah.
If I'm unsure and I've got one of those markers out there and they say no, it's definitely that, then
I'll take that.
I'll take their word for it.
Yeah. Well, he needs to promote one of his own here to try and get the shot. He's just playing it safe. Maybe he favours his own. The way he's played that, it's quite a conservative line.
Well, I would think umpire's going to be called here. Yeah.
Yeah, umpire.
At least in this occasion, both bowls are actually sat down.
Yes.
It's not. Dan's having a good look there. Like I said, these are the two officials that are going to the Commonwealth Games, Alan Thornhill and Dan Blewett.
Yeah.
Dan marked the singles final here last year, which is one of the highest praises as a marker umpire you can get, to be given the task of marking the singles final.
Yeah.
If you ever get the chance to read the piece he wrote,
They're so
that
quick and accurate.
went in
I
the
love
Bowls
it.
International about that. It was quite interesting to hear Dan's side of marking a singles final
Nice shot,
like that,
Harrison
and
and Irwin.
the fact that he walks out to the crowd of thousands just like the players do.
Yeah.
Set score 1-1 after 2 ends.
So the boys from Cumbria keeping it tight here, 1-1. Need
Yeah,
to
just
win
gotta
this
keep
set.
Knuckling down. Knuckle down. Start well. I was actually having a chat to the marker last night, and we fell apart a couple of times when my lead Scotty, he sprayed his first bowl, and I say spray, but he was just about probably a metre wide, which, you know, it's probably not so bad in most bowls, but
At
it's
this
enough
level.
to let your
Yes.
opposition in.
Yeah.
Every time it was coming back to this player's box, he was just a metre wide, beautiful weight, but it just let them in, and it gave them that chance. You know, and here we go. This is the now. See now, if Mark Royal can nail it here, it'll really set up the head. And it all starts from this first bowl. It's just like a big game of singles.
Looks good here from Mark.
Little tight.
Yeah, just overplayed it. Still room for Kevin.
Yes. Go on, Kevy. Steely determination there in his eyes. Both very fit young men. You know, you can tell that in their presence on the green.
Yeah, Kevin's a farmer.
Yeah, good ball.
Espatria, that's where they play out their outdoor bowls, is it? Espatria in Cumbria. Of course, they play indoors at the Cumbria Indoor Bowls Club, the home of a lot of previous qualifiers and big names in the game. Quality club, very strong.
Mark struggled a bit this end. To be honest, his first bowl wasn't that bad. He was just a little tired, but again,
Just over adjusted it. That's
yeah.
You just adjust by millimetres, and it can be
Yeah.
totally different out there.
Yes, yep. Oh, he's got to hurry with that line. He's a little tight. Yeah, really would have been nice to add a beautiful shot then, just in front, but
A better line from Mark here.
If he's no other weight, he's very close. Just over a bit.
One green.
Both skips have got to return to the mat at the same time in this format. They can then return to the head after their second bowl. They can request to go up prior to that, but they've got to actually ask the marker's permission.
And that's if the head changes.
Which is fair enough, it keeps the flow of the game going.
Yeah, it doesn't, because I think a couple of games dragged on a bit yesterday. Not that, I think the first game of the English qualifier took quite a while,
Yes.
didn't it? Well, it went down to our game against Ireland, went to the last end of the tie break, but so did theirs.
Yeah,
But
it was
it did take quite a while yesterday.
2.5 hours nearly.
Oh, it's a big game.
Les Gillett was in here and he was asking for overtime.
Steady now. Steady, Andy. Steady.
Andy.
Great try.
Oh,
Oh, good effort.
18.
Well, Cumbrians are still hanging on here.
they are, yeah. And they can put the foot, pedal to the metal here.
Yeah, I think another bowl in here would really
Yeah.
put pressure back on Andy. Oh, if there's any man that can take pressure out there, it's Andy Thompson.
Oh, yeah.
Been under these positions so many
I tell you,
times.
I think this is better. From what I saw the release, it looks a lot better out of his
Kevin's
hand.
urging it up.
Oh, he's got to hurry over that seam. He's not going to get past that seam.
Oh, has it made it?
And again.
Oh, he always looks dangerous whenever he lets a bowl go.
Line in.
Not someone you want bowling against you, Andy.
Come on, Andy.
He's close here.
Oh, I know.
He's close.
It looked good out of his hand.
Settle. Settle. Settle.
That's a good line. It's just
ran
gone
through.
under, but good bowl.
Oh.
I think Mark just saying he was surprised how much that moved.
Yeah, it did move a lot at the end, actually.
One red.
You can sometimes when you're at that level, you can almost tell when somebody lets it go out of their hand. And I sort of got that feeling. I thought, he's close.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can tell by the body language. I've watched enough bowls now. In particular in the commentary position, I think more than ever you see the body language of players. And I've learnt certainly with most of them over the years. People like Les Gillett and Darren Burnett, it's always hard to tell. If they grimace after they've sent a bowl, it's likely to be a good one.
They do the opposite.
Yeah.
Horses for courses.
Well, you can normally
Okay, he's
tell with
chasing.
Andy.
He's got a little trot going, so he must be happy.
All on pace here, Stuart.
Yes. Are you going to drop?
Is it going to swoop back in? Don't shuffle the bowl.
Wonderful
And again,
try. Again, just, you know, 2 inches off.
Yeah, exactly.
2 inches less weight or 2 inches
Yeah,
less
it's
grass.
just those small differences.
Yep.
Well, we still think it's one green. We're still
Yeah,
showing one green.
From the commentary box, I know
It
it
looks
like one red, but
yeah.
we trust those markers.
They did just shuffle that bowl, so
And he's got
Short.
some
Straight line.
purpose about this. He seems
Yeah.
interested.
draw to the green bowl.
Yep, it's just
Steady.
got to swoop hard. You're going to swoop harder?
Played it.
No.
Good line.
Great try.
One shot, Thompson and Royal.
So it was one
So
red.
We were right. That's okay. That makes me feel better.
Set score 2-1 after 3 ends.
Wow. Well, there we go.
In fairness to the marker, that he hadn't stated after that bowl had been shuffled because Stuart was so quick to the head.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, there we go. Reverting to type. Mark Royal goes shorter.
It's funny that the camera angles, because I remember I've been on TV before in Australia, and I played an Australian Open triples final, and I remember looking at the camera footage from above, and it looked like we only had one shot, and I was on the green. I was playing second, and I felt very confidently that we held 4, and the commentator saying
Really?
they only hold 1, they only hold, and even the Victorians we played in the finals, it's only 1, it's only 1, but I was very confident we held 4. Went down to measure and we had 4, but from the camera angles,
It
there is
looks-
no way
yeah.
in the world it looked like we held 4.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's always very hard to get a camera angle, even when we get the overhead jibs that come in when the BBC come in,
Yeah,
to actually get it absolutely perfectly over.
you can't. No,
No,
that's it.
it's just, it's not possible.
Yep, yep.
And guys that operate the cameras here when they do come in for the BBC are very, very good.
Oh, very
But
thorough. Yep.
there's still that.
And what a setup it is here. The cameras have been amazing, and the staff, the technical
Yeah.
staff, second to none.
We
So lucky, spoiled.
on this streaming now we operate with remote cameras, so the guys behind
Oh.
us in the studio are busy.
Automated and perfect.
Yeah, automated and perfect. Oh,
Oh.
do you know they won't walk out of this office when you've said that now. Believe it or not, my producer in my ears just said, "Would that be subliminal?"
Oh, not quite subliminal. But
Oh, dear, I don't know whether you'll be let back in again, Trenton. Well, again, like I say,
Quick, I think.
the Cumbrians aren't out of this yet. Just
No.
holding it tight.
they are, and
Kevin's
that's what they
putting
have to
things
do.
in the head now, so it's
They have to knuckle down, and it is getting tense on the green. You can feel it. You
Yeah.
can feel the energy on the green. It's shot for shot. It's bowl for bowl. And it's in these dire stages of this second set. It's who plays the better bowls will win the set. And here it
and
is.
Here's a very
Wonderful
good ball
shot.
from Kevin.
One green.
Just noticed Stuart Anderson up in the players' lounge there, getting ready for his game. Their next game on, Stuart Anderson and Darren Burnett versus Ronnie Duncan and Colin Walker.
I love seeing Darren play. I caught up with him last night in the bar, and love watching him
line,
play.
Andy.
Very talented
Well, actually,
individual.
right game, wrong player. It's actually Ronnie Duncan that's up in the players' lounge,
Oh, is it?
leaning against the wall there very casually. Their qualifying game to get here, I can honestly say I've watched a lot of bowls in my time, but Ronnie Duncan led that game like nothing I've ever seen before. He was absolutely outstanding in the qualifying game.
Yep.
To come here at Falkirk. Yeah, she said to him at one end, "What on earth did you have for your breakfast? Can I have some?" Colin Walker's a class player in his own right, but that day Ronnie Duncan just was awesome.
On fire, yeah. And that's what it's about. It's just finding your peak.
Try, Andy.
Finding your peak and
Close
playing
here.
your lights out in bowls.
Very close.
Well,
here.
Andy,
What have you done, Andy? Oh,
sits down.
jeez.
Oh, wow.
He's just been stiff, hasn't he?
Yeah,
he's done that a
he's
couple of
been
times.
really, really good, and it's just either just dropped out or just tucked
Yeah,
under.
Centimetres off perfection.
Still feels that he's got a couple more World Championships to win yet, does Andy Thompson.
Oh, you can tell.
He's dropping down the rankings. He's just dropped out the top 8 for the first time in
Has
many
he?
years, yes.
Yeah.
So, but he still feels like he's capable of great things and a fantastic ambassador for the game.
Mm.
One green.
Yeah, just looking to reach his own bowl and chunk the green bowl out here, I think. This will be interesting because here you see one of the great exponents on the portable rink trying to play one of these timer shots.
Yeah, well, he probably wants to play it a little more quickly than just a couple of feet over, because he doesn't want the jack just drifting to the green if he gets the high side of the jack. He wants it to carry through to the back red or get his red on it. Yeah, see, this is the right weight to play in
Close.
this situation.
Very close.
And unfortunately,
It's been really
that
unlucky
was
there
the
again.
worst result.
Unlucky.
You could actually be 2 green down there with
That
Stuart with
was the
another bowl.
worst result. He
Well-
couldn't have played that. Like, in my opinion, he played that shot perfect because he didn't
It
want
was
to play.
perfect weight
Yeah,
for
he
it.
didn't want to play 2 feet over and it carry to those greens. He wanted it to get to the tee or get to the ditch if he did get the jack, or get the red bowl onto the green.
Big opportunity here for Stuart.
Yeah, he has to make this count,
Holding
Stuart.
1, and I think it could possibly be 2 from our angle.
Yeah, he has to make this count. You cannot let an opportunity like this go missing. Just got to take that breath and make sure you make it count.
Looks good for line. What's your pace like, Stuart?
Yeah,
Good
he's
enough.
done it. Well played. Take the opportunity if you get it. Close to 3. It is 3.
3 shots, Harrison and Irwin.
That's the turnaround they
Yeah,
needed.
they needed that. That gives them a 2-shot buffer. 3 ends yet to play. They've got to win this
2-4
set.
after 4 ends.
But that was a confident bowl there from Stuart Irwin. That'll help his cause because
Yeah.
Kevin's playing very well now. Leading very well.
All right, time to pull those shorts up again. Get it going.
The lucky shorts.
Get those shorts going. Here we go.
Didn't realise they were lucky shorts. Oh, there you go. That's the view of the lucky shorts.
Shot length 28 metres.
Ah, so should have pinched it off him.
Like I say, we've had.
I'll wear a pair of shorts to Blackpool.
That's not a bad call actually, because the venue's quite warm at Blackpool.
Yeah. I've heard some nice things about Blackpool.
Oh,
and
that's- Careful what you're saying, Ian. It's my
yeah,
home club.
I know. Well, the lady was from Liverpool. Just, I love Blackpool. It's so tacky. And I'm not from England. And I think that means a good thing.
Blackpool itself is quite an amazing place to go and see, because obviously during the winter season we have the illuminations and things like that
Yeah.
going. That's the only place that has them, and it's quite fantastic. But as a club, it's a very friendly club. Very
Right.
friendly club. The rink's a good rink. You know, it's you can't fault the rink at all, really.
Beautiful.
And the home baking that you get in the cafe
Oh, really? Okay.
is exceptional. But again, like I say, I have to say I'm
Jeez,
biased.
all of you people on the World Bowl, you get so spoiled.
Oh, we do
You
get
get the
fed. We
spoils
do
and
get
potters,
fed
and you
well.
get-
We do get fed well.
wow. Ah,
The management team at Blackpool's good team as well. Jonathan Goodall and Sue Kearsley.
no, I'm looking forward to it. But
You'll get to meet them.
I can't emphasise enough how privileged I am to be here at the wonderful Potters Resort and be part of this experience.
I'm glad. It's good to hear that the overseas enjoy it. I mean, I've spoken to several while you've been playing the the games out on the bowler's bar. And I mean, we say as qualifiers, I mean, I was fortunate enough to be one of the ladies to qualify for the Open singles last year, and just to get here is such an achievement.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
And it's fantastic, and to play here is amazing.
It's a monumental mountain, and the amount of people you have to beat, and the amount of good bowls and pressure shots you have to play to make it to this event.
All the qualifiers are excellent now. The standards gone up over the years.
Well, I think this English pairing that have made it through the qualifiers, the teams they would have had to beat.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and I saw just the semi-final and the final pretty much that they played on the port. Very, very high standard.
One of the
game.
most successful England pairings at these championships, qualification-wise, have been Trevor Taylor and Martin Rice, which is from the Cumbria club.
Yep.
So one would assume somewhere in that draw they'll have had to have beaten them. Jason Parkinson and Chris Gale, they play their pairs at Cumbria. There's lots of good pairs up there. I believe they beat Graham McDougall and Chris Carswell in the final to get here.
True. Yeah.
And Chris is here in the junior singles at the end of the tournament.
Yep.
So all good players. Graham McDougall's qualified for the Scottish in the past, so quality players.
Yeah. Really earn their position. Hurry, lad.
Come on, Stuart. Spin in the area.
Been a great game. There's not much in it. It's touch and go, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it's been a very good game apart from that first end. If they hadn't have dropped that 5, it's...
Andy's been a little unlucky because he's played some great shots where he's just
not worked.
Yeah. And even then, you see, like, gets the red ball there, he's one up.
But instead he's sat the green up and he might have made second.
Yep.
Now Stuart, just a little bit more
so
green.
Andy's a little perplexed there in the side, you know, not happy. Yeah, he's a little tight again, I think. Yeah, and quick.
Kevin's a bit worried about this, I think. Oh, flip.
Oh,
wow. A bit of waving of hands going on there from Kevin Harrison.
Yeah. Big bowl, this.
He likes it.
Yep.
Definitely likes it. Body language from Andy Thompson.
Jeez, it's hanging. Now it's coming. Now it's coming. Yeah, great bowl.
There we go. Now Stuart almost needs the pace of his last bowl now to sit that bowl of Andy's or chip the jack through.
It's kind of a good thing. He finished where he did.
Yeah.
Well played, Andy.
Similar pace to your last, Stuart. Oh, he's trotting up after this.
What did he say? He didn't send it. He's willing it over.
Move.
No.
Not going to move.
Didn't turn, no. It's so hard to play that weight, but he gave it every attempt. Great effort.
Here for Andy to draw for 2. Same bowl as your last, Andy.
Yep.
This looks a little tighter line.
It's a little tight, yeah.
Don't think
oh
this
no,
is...
here it comes. Gently, does
not
not want to hit the jack.
That hung about.
Oh.
Nearly did it again.
Might have got it. Oh, yeah, I think he got away with it. I think
One
it's
declared.
One. Lucky he didn't give it away then.
One shot, Thompson and Royal.
Set score 3-4 after 5 ends.
Well, the interesting thing on my scorecard here, Trenton, is that the direction and the players are about to play in this set, Stuart Irwin and Kevin Harrison have won each.
Yes, you've picked on
each
that well.
end,
Going
playing away from the
commentary
com box.
Yeah.
Perhaps it's the pressure of playing towards the commentary box. I don't know.
Too much scrutinisation.
They're wondering what we're saying.
Making fun of their shorts.
Do you know, I would never make fun of anything with Stuart Irwin. He's too big.
Exactly. What? Boxing champion?
Yes.
Yeah.
Boxing champion.
Sorry, Stuart. We take it all back.
Lovely bloke.
Oh, they are. They are.
Well, they both are gentlemen.
Yeah.
And
they got lovely wives and
Stuart
children
for a while and gentle giant, but
yeah.
So very sporting, almost polar opposites of a sporting spectrum: bowls and boxing.
Yeah, yeah. And mind you, I've got a keen eye for fitness now these days. I never used to be, but it just helps. Healthy body,
totally
healthy
does.
mind.
Yeah.
Gives you that little bit of an advantage, I think. You know, and you can go the distance when you need to.
Exactly. I always said if it hadn't been that I'd started to look into
he's
the
grasped
fitness
this
side
well.
of it more, trying to
Gotta
play
hurry.
5 or 6 games in a day.
Yeah.
Oh, Kevin, just dropped short. Few coming into the crowds now.
Mm-hmm.
Be a few Scottish supporters about for the next game, no doubt.
Yeah, there would be. Yeah, well played. Anything past the jack now is great at this stage for the green team. He's got to reach. Come on.
Well, it looks a very good track.
Yeah.
Well, Kevin.
Kevin.
Well, Kevin
Kevin,
Harrison.
what a shot.
What a reply that was.
Yes.
You'll excuse the pun, they're not giving up without a fight.
Definitely not. It's great to see. There's the times in your life and your career where you dig your deepest.
Take your chances.
Yeah. Again, Mark does not want to be short here. He really needed to get past the head. He's not passed. To be honest, it's helped give a shoulder to Andy, but it's not so effective. You know, it's because he's right on the jack. That jack's a good chance of moving.
Yeah, it's going to move.
Yeah.
I don't think red bowl onto green bowl will punch it out without some sort of movement.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't think the green ball can go clean.
I think he needs to just be behind here, really.
Yes. Just get behind.
Yeah, just where Stuart's put his foot.
Yeah.
Like I say, must have heard us.
It puts even more pressure on Andy if they can bank it up behind.
I mean, Andy and Mark are in the position where they only need to tie this set. They won the first set.
That's right. That's right.
So dropping a 1 would mean that they'd need a 2 at the last end to tie it. But
no, if Stuart and Kevin can skip away with a little 2 or 3 here, it'll really help their chances. That's a good bowl.
That's not a bad bowl. He doesn't like it, but it's not a bad bowl at all.
No. Well, I don't know why he's upset with that. That's a perfectly fine bowl. Like I said, it's really made Andy think about his weight. Look at him.
Well, I always think with cases like this, if you're going to change it, you change it with your first bowl.
First bowl.
So if you're going to, you know, if things are going to go wrong, he's still got 2 bowls to.
Yeah.
Not wanting to say that it's going to go wrong for Andy, but he has had a few unfortunate bowls today. He's played some great bowls that have gone wrong.
One green.
You've got 2 to save it.
Yes.
Like you said, you know.
Because they've just seen themselves in the crowd up on the big screen there, Trenton. Hair and makeup, hair and makeup.
Because currently the way it lies, they're in trouble here, Andy and Mark.
Yeah,
Andy
he really needs to this.
Try and make this effective with the first ball. Oh, he's just
No,
covering.
that's interesting.
Well, maybe that was a slip of the finger.
Well, he's covered that, I suppose, so that if the jack does punch off the green bowl.
Yeah.
But I thought he might have gone to change it first.
Well, I think that's a bit of a let-off. I'm not doubting, you know, the ability
Andy
of
Thompson,
Andy.
MBE.
Yeah, but I really do think the way that you called it and the way that we discussed it, he probably should have tried to change something
Yeah.
then. Because even if he laid the red a couple of times, you know.
Oh, Stuart's on a good track here as well.
Yeah, this is a great bowl. Yeah, look
Oh,
at
that's
that.
a good bowl.
He's nearly made
That's
two.
a really
He's
good
nearly
bowl.
made
It
two.
sits.
Oh.
Wow.
It's
Okay, Mark said nearly got the spot.
one down. Up to you. If you want to attack, I'm quite happy with that.
Well, in the target area, he's
Yep.
put the cover ball in first. Looks
Firing is
under
tight.
the line.
Oh no, not gonna get it that way, is he? Whoa. Whoa. He has to get that spot now.
Yeah.
Has to get that spot.
'Cause
Again,
the Cumbrians will be more than happy going into the last end 2 up if they can
Oh,
be. So yeah,
wouldn't they? Yeah.
only one bullet to come from Andy Thompson.
But even if Andy does attack again, there's only one red ball back there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So just
again,
cover that.
if they drop one here, it doesn't really matter. For the green, they just have to win the next end.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically, they'll be looking to just win the
So
last end anyway. The last,
as
they
much
win
as
the
he-
last 2 ends, they go into a tie break.
Yeah. He didn't cover the spot, but he got another bowl past
Yeah.
the jack, which helps their chances. Because, like I said, if Andy kills it, and there's only one red bowl back there,
The worst case scenario
He'll
is
run it.
drop in the one.
drop the one, or
Yeah.
he'll run it out for 3. If it kills. See, Andy can't
Big discussion.
afford. He can't afford to roll the jack 2 feet if he fall down. Interesting to hear what.
It is. The danger, as we're saying, is if Andy plays that shot down there, Trenton, and gets the red bowl onto the green, and it just punches out.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
3-4 down.
yeah, exactly.
Set over. Whereas now, if they're only 1 down, they can easily pick up a 2 on the next end. Yep,
Yeah.
he's playing the conservative shot.
I think there was too much danger
Yep.
on there for him.
Good, Andy.
Yep.
Draws
Yeah,
it off the.
great there.
Yeah, he's just
Like,
covering.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think tactically,
It means Stuart can't go for the bigger shot
that's right,
now.
to
Yeah,
make the 4 or the
it's
5.
taken the.
Yeah, yeah. But they can still make it 3. A little
Oh yeah,
light touch on
yeah.
his
He
own.
he was close with his last bowl, just
Yeah.
something similar to his last. Just doesn't want to catch the outside red bowl.
But you know, it's hard to. It's perfect up here from the commentary box, but I think tactically, Andy and Mark probably should have still went for the shot there. They should have tried to promote one of their own
Yeah.
bowls and change something with
Especially with
Andy's
the first bowl.
Yeah. And they would have covered that where Andy's bowl finished. That was the sort of weight they could have tried to play. to create
Choosing to
something.
play this down the forehand.
Right, this is a big bowl here. He just wants a light kiss on his own bowl. Make a little 3. He's calling it a run. And it's kind of a good thing because they do carry a bit here at Potters. Has he done
He's
it?
close. He's
Has
very
he done it?
close.
Has he done it? Oh,
Can it fall?
it's trying hard.
We're all
it's
stood
on
there
an
looking at
edge.
the ball. Alan Thornhill's timing it there. There's a
There they
up to the-
are. Hang in there, mums.
They've just noticed themselves on the screen there. It's like
What
it might be
an
measures all
attempt.
round here.
What an attempt.
Wow. I mean, if that had just fallen, it would have tipped
Oh.
Kevin's bowl onto the jack.
Any touch on that
Anything.
green was 3 up, and you'd pretty much say the
They
set
kind of
over.
deserve a tie break now, I think.
Oh, please.
Well, the back one wasn't in it, so it's Stuart's bowl. And that is hard to tell from here because the angle on the green bowl.
Oh, of course.
1 green and a mission.
Mr. Blewett will sort this one out for us.
Yes.
Oh yeah, but yeah, spot.
Very steady hands, these umpires.
Sometimes with these in Australia, we usually favour the flat bowl.
Yes.
Yeah. And he so deserved to make 2 there.
Stuart plays with a size 5 though, so it's a bigger bowl.
A little
If
bit
that
extra.
makes a difference.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
the flat
One
bowl.
shot, Harrison and Owen.
He's so unlucky there. He couldn't have played that bowl much better at all.
No. Great
And-
bowl.
I tell you what, your fortune's predicted it.
Yeah, they won going in that direction, but that means that this direction it's Royal
The
and
boys
Thompson.
might be in trouble.
Yeah.
They need to turn the tide.
And it's one of those tough ones because you can say to yourself, as long as we don't drop any more than a 1,
Yeah, yeah.
but that often creates negative play. Now, the Cumbrians aren't known for negative play,
No.
so
They'll be up and out. And the problem is, yeah, I find in bowls there is always a chance to make 2 shots.
yes.
Always.
Yes, two's easier to score than a 3, without a
In my
doubt.
eyes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Jack length 20.
Especially if Mark's putting something in just behind that
Oh.
can be reached to.
Yeah.
Big bowl this from Kevin.
Well, that felled us yesterday. We dropped a 2 to draw the set, you know, and those 2s are just 2 cracking bowls are all you need to win the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the boys have just got to do enough here. You know, you've really got to play the
He's
big bowl.
urging this bowl on.
A front resting toucher will help a lot.
I tell you what, it's in the area.
Good start.
Great start.
Put behind, nice.
He was urging that on. I think he thought it was short.
No, right. Weight was good. Mark, never far away. Looking dangerous here. He's
Close
looking
here.
dangerous.
Very close.
Great ball. It's what we like to see.
Well, I was going to say again what we just said before. Don't start chasing things.
No.
Just put something close. He's
Don't
played a good
panic.
first ball. Even if he touches the red bowl,
What a ball.
yeah, that would
Yeah.
be perfect.
Yeah, effectively, you draw a toucher on the red ball, you've played a fantastic ball. It's a great effort here, I tell you. He's not far away. Great ball. Great ball.
You can't fault that, Kevin. 2 great bowls.
No.
How far are they? Sorry?
The airball footage is part below weight.
Right.
And see, Mark's going to switch here. It's forced him to switch. It's a bit quick, I think. Yeah.
No, it's not a bad place.
No.
I was saying
no,
before,
no.
it's possible
Gives
for
an
2.
option.
Yeah.
Yep.
You see, I wouldn't change him,
Don't
Stuart. I'd
change.
say the same.
Exactly.
Just a little chunk on that bowl.
Don't panic, boys. Don't panic. There's no need to get shot. One down's
It's
good.
changing hands as well.
Oh, it's danger. So if you float that bowl a little wide, you
Yeah,
leave something jack
start
high to
putting a
sit.
tactic, a bowl that they can use. A tactical bowl for the red team. This might just be running.
Yeah.
This might be
Like
okay.
he played 2 perfect bowls.
Yeah.
2 perfect bowls on the other hand. Sometimes that little bit of pressure, tighten the
You
screws.
just start to question things, and
Yes, yeah, yeah.
That's too wide.
Mark's not happy.
Mark knew that that was too wide as soon as he put it down.
Yep.
You see, there is still that rest.
That's Andy said, yeah.
One red.
Oh, here we go. We could be 6 bowls away from game over or a tie break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had a few tie breaks so far.
Yeah.
Well, Stuart's still opting on that shot that he'd offered to Kevin.
Mm.
Come on, every turn.
There's chance. He's very close.
He's very close here.
Just short, but there's still a bit of a gate for Andy. Well, it's no doubt. First one on it, I think, will win this end
Yeah,
from
I
this
mean,
stage.
it's anything to that green bowl. First bowl that rests on the green bowl to the right-hand side of your
Will
screen,
probably
and he's
whole
close.
game.
Oh,
He might get a bit of mark.
And he's close.
Is it one or two? Oh,
Oh.
the red bowl just shifted out.
Stuart's got to change hand back again, surely.
Yeah.
here.
Half a ball short.
Just the one red at the moment.
Touch the jack here, perfect.
Nervy times out there on the rink. See that bowl of Andy's? It just touches the jack.
Yeah, he's had a
Yeah,
lot
he's
of
played
bad
some
fortune.
absolutely perfect bowls that have just millimetres
that
changed things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you try and draw it and just touch it, or you just walk it in? Right.
Touch of the jack here is big for the green team.
Yeah, we can kind of rock it yet and back it to
You can always ask to come and have a look, Stuart, if you want. But,
Yeah, yeah, he should. Take your
yeah,
time.
From
Put-
here, it looks an easy. What Kevin's calling him's correct.
That's right.
But if you just put that question mark in your mind,
Well, and sometimes it puts the opposition skip under a little more pressure.
Yeah.
Makes them take a bit longer before they have to play their shot.
yeah,
Yeah. He's thrown that wide. He's actually saying to Andy, if
well,
you're
he
good
was
enough for
frightened
that
of it,
line.
I think, more than anything. Like I say, I think perhaps if he'd have come to actually have a look at it, he'd have seen that, you know.
Settled his nerves.
Yeah.
Played
I'm
the
just
shot.
wondering, Trenton, if he was worried about tipping the red,
red
bowl,
bowl
in.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that it's only got
As
to
soon
fall
as that
back.
worry's in your mind.
Yeah. Sometimes you address and abate that situation with a walk to the head.
Which is exactly the shot that Andy's looking at.
Yep. Just one flop over.
Just
That's
tip
what he's
it.
saying. And then even if he lands it, I might be playing the backhand still. But no, I think Mark's trying to convince him to just get his bowl to fall over.
Yeah.
Or lay off it and stay for two. Tense moments. Bit of murmurs in the crowd. I like the line. I really like the line. I like the line. If he's got the pace, he's done this. I tell you what.
Tell you what, he's close.
I tell you
very,
what.
very close.
Has he done it? Oh, what a
Wow, what a bowl.
Wow,
You
Mark's
see that?
raced off down the green
This
and
punch
goes,
from Andy Thompson.
wow.
Hands up to the ceiling. When the going gets tough, Andy Thompson MB pulls out a bowl like that. Wow,
What a shot.
what a great
What a
bowl.
shot.
Watch Andy Thompson's reaction here.
Perfect weight. No jack movement. Wow.
It's a bit.
Andy, you've certainly given your all here, mate.
Now, Stuart has got to change something here.
Come on, Stuart.
Pressure
You've
back
gotta
on
dig
Stuart. Or it's Andy Thompson and Mark Roll that move into the game tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock to play David Gawley and Mervyn King.
deep. Definitely silence.
Any connection, Stuart. Any connection helps.
What have you done? Give us something. Come
He
on.
likes it. I don't think Kevin does. Kevin's not watching it. I think
Oh,
he's
it's not
wide.
turning.
He's
It's so hard
wide.
to play that shot.
2 shots. Second
Oh,
set
what a
time.
great game. Well played, everyone.
Fantastic game of ball. Thanks so much for your company, Trenton. Enjoy the rest of your time here. You might be back in here yet again. We do not know.
Thank you very much for having me. It's been a wonderful game.
Joy-
Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed the game.
Join us again
What a
shortly.
Final bowl from Andy there to clinch the match. Your winners, ladies and gentlemen, going through to the quarter-finals. Andy Thompson and Mark Royal. But